Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. It is it's Cancer week. Well, it's all about you then, isn't it? I said it. I don't know. What does that mean? Maybe it's like everything is a little bit relevant to you. I don't think I've ever said that before. I was going to say it's High Priestess week, but now that's also interesting because the High Priestess card in the tarot does have a very Cancerian feeling to it. Scorpio. It's kind of like represented by all the water signs, but I get a little more Cancer and Scorpio than anything. So, Cancer. So it's Cancer week here. Channel. Really, well, every sign's going to get done, but if that's how it needs to be for you, hey, take it. Why not? I'm going to start with the Witch's Oracle deck. This is the one that I use. People often tend to ask. I know I've shown it quite a few times, but there's always new viewers, and it's a very intriguing deck. It is honestly unlike any other Witch's Oracle that I have ever witnessed. It has incantations in the book, all sorts of wonderful shit. So we'll get into the incantations at the very end of the reading, but I will pull the card out for you. That's the first card I'm going to pull out, so you will see what your Witch's Oracle card is. We're going to use the Energy Oracle deck, the El Key deck, my Tarot Positive Clarity, and my teeny tiny Witch's Tarot. We're going to ask Cancer, what is your potency, your superpower? What is your kryptonite, your true weakness? It's the thing it's really not helpful. It kind of defeats you. But then what is your nemesis, which is something that feels like it could defeat you, and it tends to come around at the most inconvenient time. But at the end of the day, it actually makes you stronger. And then what is your next assignment? Oh, yeah, witches. So I always find this to be a very fun week, although the readings have been a little bit serious, to be honest. The readings have been a little bit serious, but that's what the High Priestess energy wants to talk to you about. So, what is Witch's Oracle card for Cancer? A message for Cancer, and usually a helpful incantation for you as well. Magical candles, magical candles. Ooh, it's almost like it's time for you to make a wish or use some candle magic here. Make a wish, something to do, some sort of magic. So this is a period right now for you where you could make some sort of, you could make a manifestation actually happen through some sort of candle magic, making a wish, using your breath. I think the important thing is the effectiveness of that is the visualization that comes with the release of the breath. Because the breath is what connects your spirit to the 3D realm. There is no creature on here that can live on Earth without the exchange of oxygen in some manner, right? We all need breath in some way. That's what grounds us here. So it's taking your intention, whatever your wish is, and almost like blowing it out into the universe. Oh my God, check it out. We have two at the bottom. You have Besom, which is like a broom. And then you have Book of Shadows. And I love it because it's another candle. Like how strong is that energy for you? It's really kind of clarifying it, honey. Book of Shadows. Look deep within yourself for this wish. Sweet with Besom, sweep the old out. Wish in the new. I like that. Sweep out the old and wish in the new. Okay, Cancer. What's your potency, honey? What is your potency? What's your kryptonite? Your nemesis? What's your next assignment? It's gonna be hot here today. Hot. 27, 29 degrees. Very hot. It's crazy hot. Not normal hot. It's gonna get cold again, which is the normal temperature. Okay, your potency is the temple path, your spiritual path, your connection to spiritualism, your intuition leading you in the right directions. I like this energy. And the minute I sat in it, I kind of felt, I don't know, it's almost like, I want to say your energy feels like, it's actually sexy high priestess. That's how it feels. And I said that this is, I was about, like, I wanted to say this is High Priestess week, but it started to come out, this is Cancer week. So, wow, look at you, Cancer. Your kryptonite, though, was the first chakra. It is grounding things. It is staying grounded. Because you're coming up as a very spiritual creature here. And I say creature too, and I say that fluidly because I feel like you've also lived many different lifetimes as different beings on earth. Old soul, very old soul energy. Your nemesis, woman holding a coin. Something to do with the feminine and money. Because there's a man holding a coin too. So it's very specific. Something to do with the feminine and money. It could be a mother figure around you who holds the purse strings. It could be an older or younger sister of some sort. It could be a boss. It could even be the concept. So you know what the next thing I'm getting? Because it could be the concepts of money and femininity. There's a lot of different ways that can come in. A lot. There's a lot of stereotypes depending on what society you're in or what culture. There's good and bad ways that this can be utilized. This card also comes with, like, it states that there's someone around you who has, and it is because there's a man and a woman holding the coin, that there could be a woman around you who has an opportunity for you. But what's funny is, it's a nemesis. Is it someone you would rather not deal with, but you always end up having to? Your next assignment is friggin' victory, honey. Oh, hi. Man holding a heart and the Justice card. Hello, Casanova. I just get such a Leo vibe from this guy. His hair and like, he's very oh, what's that? From the was it the 80s or the 90s? I didn't like him at all. I found him too. I guess it was like a lot of women liked him. What was his? Fabio. Got a really Fabio thing. Okay, so I want to say that there is an underlying tone here. The reason we're here is victory in heart space. Maybe victory with romantic energies, victory with where you want to land your heart space. It's kind of funny because it's not really coming up in this reading, like the cards that are on the surface here. But if anything, it's part of a spiritual path for you, because the temple path is your superpower. Kryptonite is grounded shit, man. Making it real. Even staying grounded. Staying grounded. It's like the ethereal is always like pulling you up. You have a very strong, I would say, like crown and the 6th chakra. But the grounded, you know, get out there and earth, man. Stand in the soil. Stand in the grass with your bare feet. Connect with nature. It's always the best way. And maybe that's what this candle magic here is for, right? Like I was talking about, if you visualize your wish and you're blowing it into the 3D, it's almost like you need a step to put your ethereal dreams, thoughts, manifestations into the 3D element. Your superpower, the temple path. Y'all who loved once. Interesting. Fragile secret love and rejection. Y'all loved ones. That's my new inclusive word. I get it from my Texan neighbor next door. I just met her. Y'all. I love it. It is. Like, you can say that to anybody. Y'all. Y'all. Come on. So it's y'all. Because this is a she who, Elki. But I always feel like I'm excluding the guys or anyone who's non-binary. So, you know. And even just like women too. Are like, I don't really feel like I'm in my feminine energy right now. I don't want to be in that. So you don't have to. It's y'all. Y'all who loved ones. That's interesting. The temple path. I do want to say that you never stop loving. Sounds like a country song. You never stop loving, Cancer. You don't. Like, even maybe like, okay, so here's what I'm getting. Like, even people from your past, it's like, because you have a deep spiritual connection, I'm kind of like bringing my own father into my mind here with this one, because he has a very narcissistic personality. And I haven't seen it in a long time, because it just got to the point where I had to save myself from that energy and like really get out from underneath that thumb. But you know, I meet him in my dream space and we do things together. And I've always had this knowing that I feel like, you know, he has a very strong spiritual connection with me, very strong soul tie with me. But in this lifetime, he was kind of meant to push me in certain ways where I had to like recognize traits and then recognize things within myself and move beyond that and claim like a sense of sovereignty and independence beyond it. And I know it's not healthy for me to be connected with him in this lifetime. Like, that's a choice I made. But I also, like, we've gone shopping together in my dreams and we do nice things. And it's, you know, it's almost like I have just realized that, you know, in the ethereal, I do love him. Well, I always will. But as a person, but that's who he incarnated as. And so this could fall into that. Like, it could be a mother for you because of this. It's almost like you could have a motherly figure around you that controls the purse strings. Like, have some sort of, I want to say, it feels like, because that's exactly what it is. Because I would describe my father as having been that in my life at some point, as the nemesis. And it's, these are the hardest lessons, the most painful. Sometimes you feel the most degraded, and then you have to work through the healing in that and really realize, you know what, I am not everything that somebody made me think I was, or I am so much more than that. But because it's something like a nemesis, like a woman holding a coin. It's almost like some feminine figure that has financial maybe power over you, but it makes you stronger. So I do want to say, y'all who loved ones, these are people, whether that's like parents, past lovers, spouses, partners, friends, recognizing divine love and recognizing the roles that we play in one another's lives here. And that those roles, some of the hardest roles that people play in your life, those are from the strongest soul ties that you have. And it takes a huge deflation of the ego to start to see that, to start to see it in a more spiritual way. So here you are, because it's quite beautiful. So even those that have broken your heart, it's like, you know that there's a path in this and that you can kind of like bless them and move forward. Bless you, you son of a bitch. Okay, your kryptonite is the first chakra. Y'all who remain, powerful devotion and true worth. Oh, now I'm seeing that's interesting. I'm looking forward to pulling out a tarot card on this, because there's kind of like two ways this is coming in, and because it's coming in two ways, I feel like it could switch depending on, you know, whatever cycle you're working through and whatever's going on in your life. Because it honestly feels like, to me, there could be points in time where you almost become too grounded. You become too the scale. That's interesting. The scale, because that's what I'm getting. Like, it's like if you look at society, and you can even look at ourselves, will go like way, 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 way to this side, right? And then everyone's like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is absolutely insane at this point. So then we're like, we need to correct it. But don't come over here. We go way, way, way. We start to. And then it gets carried away and we go way over this side with something. And then we sit over there like, this is freaking ridiculous. When do we get, I'm hoping like humanity's, but we can do that too, right? Like if you felt pushed down or you felt degraded in some way in a relationship, or you felt unloved, whatever that could be, you work through it all and you find the worthiness within yourself. But then, you know, we do tend to be like, I am worthy. And then we may close ourselves off because, you know, I'm too important. I'm not letting my energy, and it can be a little bit of ego. But the ego is often always working to try to protect us. So we try to recognize that too, but then it becomes self-defeating because it's protecting. We need protection from the ego. But it's as if you become a little too grounded in being devoted to your own power. But then I feel like, honestly, I feel like this flips for you. It is like that. But because that you're, okay, it is a weakness for you. So just recognize it. There are points in times where it's almost like your first chakra is way too strong. And then there's other points where it's just like floating around. You're like, where'd that go? So there's something about boundaries, maybe even, you know, getting the boundaries kind of balanced out here. At the end of the day, that it always feels like, because it's your superpower, you always come back to that. Now let's see this. Your nemesis is a woman holding a coin. Y'all who prepare, formulate, strategize, and devise. Take it down. Oh. Oh, it looks like you're planning something. I really want to say that the woman holding a coin, I mean, it could be something to do with you and what you want to do with your money, but it honestly feels like there is somehow a tie here to someone else. It's obviously somebody that I feel like has either some sort of wealth, some sort of opportunities to offer. It's kind of like the Queen of Pentacles as well. But so now why do you need to formulate, strategize, and devise, right? It's almost like you always have to plan around this energy or work around it or come up with a plan. So your next assignment is victory. So you can plan yourself a victory here. And you may even be able to magical one. But, you know, magic also you're also part of that magic equation. You need to do things for yourself too. Your next assignment, y'all who surrender, chain, bondage, and release. Wow, you're releasing something. And that's your victory. But it doesn't feel like it's necessarily a happy victory, because this person was not a happy victory for me when I just came to the conclusion that I couldn't have my dad in my life. It was like, no, it's a horrible feeling to realize that. But then you really look back on everything and like, good Lord, this person's been sabotaging my life. Okay. Y'all who fly, dare, do, reach. There you go. Do it. Dare, do, reach. Let's go to the tarot. I'm sorry your video didn't come out yesterday. I know I usually do 2 at a time. I had a kerfuffle of a day. I had to go get the water tested for the hot tub and get some chemicals for it, like calcium and some other shit. And anyways, it was supposed to be a 45-minute project. It turned into over 3 hours. Anyway, it's all good now. It's all good now. Okay. Your superpower, right? The temple path, y'all who loved ones. The wheel. Woo! Going in a new direction. Changing circumstances. Going from heaven to hell and going from hell to heaven. There you go. So this is your superpower. You do this. So you can even be in situations that feel like hell. And then once you get out of them, you can look at them from a more sort of like ethereal, elevated perspective. So that's very, this little area for you, for your superpower for me, is like really the most obvious and straightforward. Now your kryptonite here, your weakness, this feels like it sort of, it varies here, depending on exactly, like I said, the cycle that you're in. And here you have it, the wheel. So you do go through many of these different relationship and emotional cycles. And these cycles seem to always represent your true worth. So that's also something to take note of. Your kryptonite, geez, the death card. Cycles, talking about cycles, death and rebirth. Yeah, wow. Y'all are very cyclical. My goodness, it is that exactly. I do want to say though, I've said it before with Cancer's energy, y'all will beat a dead horse long after you should have walked away. So that comes to me a little bit here with that energy, because Cancer is a very devoted sign. But you know, it does, anything that we are very much of, it can show up to be a bit of an Achilles heel for any of us. And I do get that a little bit with Cancer. Like there are times where I would say, you know what, if Cancer is probably the one when they're in a healthy energy and they're dealing with someone who is fairly healthy, but they're going through a very difficult time, and you're, even as a Cancerian, struggling with it, you'll probably be the most devoted to them through that journey. But that can also play on the wrong side here, which is what we're talking about with this kryptonite, where you can just go too long in something, and it's like, no, you really need to get yourself out of that, because now you've almost been taken advantage of to a certain point where you're so far on this side, the pushback ends up like this. Like I think too, maybe the pushback is you have to push so hard to reclaim some sort of maybe self-worth, self-empowerment, that it does cause the scale to go way, way, way over. Your nemesis, it's what makes you stronger. Woman holding a coin and y'all who prepare. The Six of Pentacles. Oh, but is that interesting? That's very interesting. I don't know if this is like trying to get somebody to share with you. Trying to come up with a way for someone to share with you. This is your nemesis. Strategize for an equal give and take too. I like that, because that's the thing that I feel like is kind of coming up here. So victory and y'all who surrenders. Chains, bondage, and release. Or the Ace of Cups. I kind of get this feeling that you are walking away from something, or you're closing something off. It might not feel like the best thing. Like, you know, I really wish that I didn't have to do this kind of energy, just because the way she's holding this letter and, you know, releasing this. But it allows for new energies to flow through you, for new beginnings to start. But the Death card is coming up as a weakness for you. And that's all about endings and rebirths. It's at the bottom before. Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like you've got two aces here. You have new beginnings coming in. Man holding a heart and contract. Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So all of that comes in with man holding a heart. So now this almost feels like, wow. This card. I've gotten a little more comfortable with it over the years. But I'm just hearing let bygones be bygones. It's almost like something is cut out, and you know, she's like focused. She's not even cutting stuff out anymore, which is really what she's doing is she's pruning her flowers. And for the Queen of Swords, that's quite fascinating. It's like she's put some sort of tragedy, justice behind her, and you do have the contract card and victory, which kind of feels like justice, but she's put that behind her and she's focusing on better things. Honestly, literally, you could even be focusing more on gardening. But so something has been eliminated here, and now it's like the real work moving forward is your heart space, moving your heart space forward, perfecting, you know, the idea of romantic energy, poetry, all of this just beautiful, wonderful energies that sit out in this temple path. So then contract. So it kind of feels like even like a spiritual contract, like something new that you're taking on. But let's see. Oh my gosh, the 9 of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful. This is really like birthing new happiness. I feel like there could be like new friends around the corner for you. There could be an occasion where there's actually fireworks in itself as well. But this is emotional sovereignty. And I do see you releasing something here, although it's not been easy to release it. And then that does create a new feeling for you. A new beginning, a new emotional start. Oh, hello. There's the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil on the bottom. I don't actually think I need any clarifiers in this. It's pretty straightforward. But we are going to go to the magical candles. So you had magical candles here. Oh yeah, I'm going to need... It's the second one. Aunt Cindy puts her glasses on. Okay, magical candles. I'll tell you, we're not at the incantation yet. That comes after. The dancing flame of a candle represents the element of fire and has been used as a witch's tool for centuries. Candles can absorb your personal energy and then release that energy as they burn. Candle magic is a simple and powerful form of sympathetic magic and has been in existence for many centuries. The body of the candle is made up from the elements of earth, air, and water. To make it complete, you need fire and spirit. Fire is easy, and spirit can be represented by the wick of the candle, as the wick is where the potential of the candle lies. The meaning. We all start our experience with candle magic at an early age with a birthday cake. We were told to close our eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candles. And while today may not be your birthday, you have been granted a wish to make. Light a candle. Concentrate on what you want and let the flame of your intent burn. Anything is possible right now if you want it badly enough. Here is your incantation. I'm going to read it to you once, but I recommend, like, if you really want to utilize it for yourself, to say it out loud 3 times. With this flame that burns so bright, I wish I may, I wish I might. I use this fire to inspire, so please bring me what I desire. And there you go. That is what I got. I'm going to go do the extended. So in the extended Cancer, I'm going to look at what from your past still pulls on you, what from your future is trying to push you forward, how this push and pull affects you, and then how you can allow all things to flow freely. Thank you so much, Cancer. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.